Hi guys, welcome back, and we're going to be looking at the next two licks for the David Gilmour solo. Now, let's get the big muff on, let's get the delay on, and I'm just going to play through these licks first, and then we'll go through them. So, sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. So, there we have it. Let's just turn those off for a second. They're the licks we're going to be going through. And let's actually kind of take you through them. So we're going to start with that first lick. And the first thing to mention is that we're using the pentatonic shape 5 box and the full scale box. So basically the B minor scale. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the term full scale, it's just the way we describe the minor or the major scale through the entire course. If you don't know about these scales, and you don't know how to apply them on top of the pentatonics, then I'd highly recommend going over and looking at that material in the lead intermediate courses. Now, here we go. So we're basically here in the pentatonic shape 5 in B minor, so it's right here. And we're adding in that full scale note. So, like I said, if you're unsure of this scale shape, then one, it's just below the video so you can see, and also brush up on those courses. Now, basically the first lick that goes like this. Okay, or that's the first half of it anyway. So the lick, we're going to start by playing the 4th fret, then going to the 6th fret and bending up a semitone. So a semitone is of course just that 1 fret. Okay, so we're kind of bending back up to the pentatonic note. Then we're going to bring that back down, pull off, and then go back to that note by itself. Okay, so all together just like this. Okay, you want to be pulling off the first one, and you can hammer on to there, or you can just pick that, whatever you prefer. Okay, so from pentatonic shape 5, we move back up into shape 1, but again, we're now adding the full scale note, so it's now just a B minor scale, which looks like this. Okay, and we're specifically targeting this note. Okay, so we're going to go like this. Okay, so we're going from the 7th fret to the 9th fret and bending that up to the 10th fret. So it's another half step bend. Okay. Okay, so notice I pick, pick, pick to bend. And then I'm going to play that again, so I'm going to kind of stop it dead just by touching the plectrum against the string, and then go back up a semitone, down, pull off, grab the 10th fret of the B string, and then back to the root note. Okay, quite quick. It sounds really good when you get it together. Notice I either use my 3rd finger or little finger for that bit, whatever's more comfortable for you. So that first lick all together is simply this. And then okay. That brings us to our next lick. Okay, and this lick is the one that goes. Okay, now let's just go through this. This is basically a really epic run, basically using the B minor pentatonic, but also the blues scale. So we're actually using blues scale notes here as well. So again, you'll see just below the video the actual blues scale that we're using. Just in case you don't know it, you must know these shapes, because if you're ever going to apply any of this stuff outside of this specific solo, you need to understand the shapes you're in, what notes you're targeting, things like that. Okay, so I'm going to break the lick down bit by bit. We basically start by taking the 10th fret of the B string, pulling off to the pentatonic note, the 7th fret. Okay, then we're going to go for it. So we're going to bend up this 9th fret, and we're going to go a half step. Okay, like this. So that's bending up to the blues note. Okay, and then we're going to come down the 7th fret of the B string, 7th fret of the E string. So you get that classic kind of Chuck Berry move. Then we're going to go 10 to 7 on the B string, pull off, okay? okay? Then we're going to come down to the 9th fret, okay? And this is on the G string, 9th fret, and we're going to do a half step bend like this. So again, that's targeting that blues note, again, same thing. And then we're going to go back to the 9, okay? Pull off to the 7, and down to the root note, okay? And we'll just leave it there for a second. That's only halfway through the lick, but let's just recap. So we've got this. Okay, again. Now at that point, we're then going to flatten this 3rd finger and grab the 9th fret on the G string. So you see I'll just flatten it like that. Okay, then back to the 9th fret on the D string, then 7th fret on the G string. So that's kind of like a Muddy Waters. Okay, it's a cool little thing, and it's no wonder David Gilmour's got that under his fingers, because he's a blues player at heart, really. Okay, then we're going to come down like this. So we're going to go 9, pull off to 7, and then we're going to roll through the blues scale. So 9, 8, 7, like that. Okay, so 9, 8, 7, down to the 5th fret. Okay, so that gives us so far. Then we're going to go back to the 7th fret, pull off to the 5th, grab the root note on the B, and then go back to the 5, slide down to the root note on the A string. Okay? So I know it's quite a lot, so I'm going to go through that lick again really, really slow. Okay? All you got to do is just break it down into those little chunks and go over and over it. And the really cool thing is that it's all the same. Rhythmically, every single note is ba 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 ba. So it's like this kind of triplet note thing that just means every single note is the same rhythm and timing. Okay, so it's quite easy to get once you've got it under your fingers. So it's like this. Okay. And again, a little bit quicker. So notice that kind of timing at the end there. You don't delay that, because this note needs to come in at the start of the next bar. It will make total sense when you play along to the backing track. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put the drum beat on at 50 BPM, nice and slow, and I'm just going to play through those next 2 licks, okay? Now, one thing to remember is we come in just after the 3rd beat, okay? Now, don't worry too much about this for now, but as we start piecing this solo together, obviously this is a crucial part of getting it together, but I would highly recommend listening to the solo as often as you can so that you get it, you know, nice and clear. You can sing the melody in your head. Right, here we go. So, there's the beat. Big muff and delay is now on, and it's going to sound like this. 1, and 2, and 3. Okay, there we have it. So you can see even at a slower pace, that kind of quick run is still pretty quick. So if you need to slow it down even more than that, then use the tab editor to actually do that. So good luck getting that together, and I'll see you next time for more licks.